Daryl McClendon gave a lot to the propane industry, as you'll see. He's given a lot to the magazine in the form of insight and knowledge. Before stepping down last year, Daryl was a longtime member of our editorial advisory board, a group we can turn to with questions about the industry and a group that provides feedback about each issue of the magazine. Daryl always provided those extra bits of information about a topic in a way that seemed to take you behind the scenes of what was happening in the industry.
From Pargas, Suburban Propane, and Blue Rhino to NPGA and PERC, Daryl McClendon's footprint is visible in some of the most storied retail businesses, brands, and organizations in the propane industry's history. McClendon's propane story starts at Pargas, where he joined in 1968 following a stint with Pacific Gas and Electric. McClendon was recruited to Pargas, where a foundation was laid for a long and successful propane career. McClendon dug ditches, filled cylinders, and drove bulk trucks throughout Northern California, getting a flavor for different areas of the retail propane business. He climbed the ladder at Pargas over the years, serving as a manager of supply and distribution, and later as a vice president in those same areas. The added responsibilities took McClendon to the East Coast, and he took on new responsibilities at the height of allocation controls on propane in the 1970s. McClendon's career also steered him to Suburban Propane, which he joined in 1984 as a vice president and division manager. The opportunity involved McClendon in operations at a much higher level. He initially took over the Deep South for Suburban. After Union Texas Petroleum's propane division was acquired, he took over Suburban's Northern Division. McClendon also ran the Mid-Atlantic region at one point for Suburban. Later, as a consultant and in a role at Illinois-based Platinum Propane, McClendon played significant roles launching Blue Rhino Cylinder Exchange in the United States and developing the brand further. As McClendon made different career stops, he made significant investments in the industry through the National Propane Gas Association. At NPGA meetings, McClendon was the person who could step away from the details of an initiative and determine whether the industry was taking appropriate steps. Perhaps McClendon's greatest contribution to the NPGA and the industry was the leadership role he played in the development of the Propane Education and Research Council. McClendon served NPGA as president at a time when an industry checkoff program was a concept that could either flourish or fail. He embraced the PERC concept, convincing key marketers to do the same. He also testified before Congress on the industry's behalf. In addition, McClendon spoke up for the industry during a key meeting with Louisiana Congressman Billy Tozan and petrochemical lobbyists, presenting a compromise to limit the dollars the industry spent promoting propane to the size of markets. Says former NPGA chief and fellow Hall of Famer Dan Myers, "Little happened in my 20 years working at NPGA in which Daryl was not a key player."
What a wonderful honor. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. A wonderful honor indeed. I'm extremely grateful and proud. From the earlier introductions, I'm joining a class of people that I've admired, previous Hall of Fame members, and it's a delight to join them. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. And then on top of that, to be inducted with a very, very special class, the class of 2016, Bill Byrne and Robert Love and Tom Noonan, just adds to how wonderful and proud I am to be a part of this Hall of Fame. So thanks, and thanks to the industry and your selection committee. Appreciate that very much. As all of you know, you go through a career, you often have to leave family members behind, and I brought my family with me today, and they've sacrificed so much on my behalf over the years. I'm going to take a couple minutes to introduce them to you. First off, about 40 years ago, not quite, I had the good fortune of meeting the most beautiful woman, most intelligent woman in my life ever. Not only did she have beauty and intelligence, she was also one of the most generous, kind people I've ever met. And then about 37 years ago, I had the good fortune of having her marry me. A lot of my friends since then have referred to me as LB. And I go, LB, what's that? You know, lucky so-and-so, except the B stands for something else. But anyway, and I couldn't agree with them more. I've been very lucky. I'd like to introduce you to my wife, Irene. She's my wife, mother of my children, and in all respects, my very, very best friend. Irene. Also here is my oldest son from San Francisco, where he works for the city of San Francisco, and he's a supervisor for their transportation department. He's here tonight with his lovely wife, Gabby, Sean and Gabby McClendon. And I have my daughter, Sasha, who has roots in the propane industry. When she graduated from college, her first job was as an intern for PERC and for Roy Willis, and so she's a part of all this as well. She lives and works in Chicago. She's here with her significant other, Brian Chan. Brian and Sasha. And the youngest and the baby of the family, my son Colin, he was in Chicago up until last year, and he had spent time in Colorado previously. Well, he loved it. He just loved Colorado, still does. So he's left us in the Chicago area and moved back to Denver. My son Colin. He's 6'6", tall, dark, and handsome. If any of you in the room have a daughter or a granddaughter, he's very single. I have other family members here and dear friends that are also here. I'm not going to take the time to introduce them. Brian limited my remarks today to 2 hours, and so I didn't want to, I couldn't do them justice if it was limited to 2 hours. But they're here, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. One exception to other names is that there are three individuals that, frankly, I would not be up here without their guidance, their wisdom, their support over many, many years, and I've appreciated so immensely. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge their contributions to me in my career, and that's Dan Myers, Rick Brolden, and Roy Willis. I share this award with each and every one of you. Thank you. I've spent virtually all my career with large multi-state corporations, propane marketers, and have enjoyed each and every experience I've had. But it doesn't take long to be in this industry and to realize that this is an industry made up of small family-owned businesses like Lambton Love and others. It's true Americana. I mean, this is the heart and essence of America. Blue-collar, family-owned businesses serving the community with a wonderful product, helping people throughout that. So, even the large corporations have had their roots in the family-owned businesses, and started with Pargas, Parlett family, went to Suburban, you got the Anton family, you got Farrell Gas, the Farrell family, it goes on and on. Blossman Gas and Blossman's. These are all businesses that started very small and were, for the most part, able to grow to be large corporations. Many of them are still out there today doing their jobs in their local communities. They're often the leaders in the school boards, the Chamber of Commerce. They're involved with almost all the local charities in the communities. I mean, it's an industry that I'm very, very proud to be a part of. You know, I think back all the friends and the people that I've had the great opportunity to know and to meet. It's been very, very special indeed. I thank you for this wonderful honor. I thank all of you for being here. It's great to be among friends. So thanks again, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.